Welcome to Devils United. This is the Champions League review for the second leg. Hello everyone and welcome back to Devils United. I'll be doing the Champions League second leg review with John. John, how are you?
Good evening. Good afternoon to you, Maisy. Love to have us on, and thanks for having us on again. Good afternoon to the chat, and good afternoon worldwide. So, how's you today?
I'm very well, thank you, John, and thank you again for coming on. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Thank you very much indeed. Because you know what it is, right? I mean, if anyone have not subscribed to Maisy's channel, please do so. Because at the end of the day, from my opinion, it's the fastest growing channel in my opinion, especially if you're a United fan and all fans all over the world. Get her subscribed. She's got close on 600 people, and she is absolutely a talent.
Oh, thank you so much, John. It means a lot, all them lovely words. A few more people are in the chat. Hi, Niall. Hi, Vincent. Hello to my queen as well. Thank you for already tuning into the channel. So, the Champions League second leg for you, John. How's it been? Because some of them have been quite surprising.
I know. I'm shocked to UV out of the competition. I mean, not just that. All the Italian clubs are out yet again at an early stage. I'm just so disappointed. I mean, for me, I love to see a Serie A club actually win the Champions League. It'd be great for Italian football. I think it's amazing, but we've still got some cracking teams left in the competition. We really have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. There is some amazing teams. We'll go through them all in a bit more detail as well, all the second leg. And before I do, hi there to Nippon, hello to Ravi, who is in the chat as well. We'll go with the first game of the second leg, which was Liverpool versus Inter Milan. Inter Milan actually won 1-0. However, because of Liverpool's first leg at the Inter Milan ground, they managed to secure the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Inter Milan, they had that 39% possession. So they was coming into Anfield as a counter-attacking team. But when you do look at it, they had even less shots than Liverpool. They had 7 shots compared to Liverpool's 12 shots, but they still managed to keep a 1-0 lead at a very great ground, because I can imagine as a fan who's outside of England coming to Anfield, it's always going to be a struggle to play there. I think Inter Milan have played very well, and it was quite unfortunate for me that they managed to get knocked out, because if you look at over the 2 legs, I think they played better. But at Liverpool, they took their chances, especially in the first half, and got the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, Inter came at Anfield now to lose. In my opinion, they were going out anyway because they were a fantastic team at home, and they got that goal for Martinez, which I think is a damn good player in my book. Honestly, it's fantastic. But they had other chances as well, and they had a lovely chance as well, and which they didn't take. Liverpool hit the post 3 times in that game, and in a way, they were always going on top. But to come to Anfield, it's going to be a difficult task for not just Inter, for any team. I mean, not many teams go to Anfield, beat them. And Inter on the night, I thought they played really well, but it just wasn't enough. I mean, there was no boozing in the fans. Often Inter fans were fantastic that night. And I think Simone Inzaghi will have to learn from that as well. And they got a good team there. Inter Milan's got a good team. They've got good players like Skriniar. I like him. You got De Vrij as well, has been linked to Newcastle as well. Brozovic, I think, on this day, is a world beater as well. And you got some good players there. Even De Zeko playing really well. And Lautaro Martinez, I'm a massive advocate of this guy. Brilliant. But listen, they won the night. They didn't win the war. Liverpool still went through because they'd done it at the San Siro. And they had chances in Milan. And if they didn't take those chances, I thought Perisic just unlucky at that shot, man. That would have been some goal. But you got to take those chances against Liverpool. If they give up your present, it's like you give up the present, you check at someone's face saying, I don't want it. You're going to get punished for it. It's as simple as that. That's what happened. You don't get your chances. That's what happens.
Exactly. A few more people has entered chat. Hello there to Ashley. Hello there for Farasat. And hello to Andrew. Jack is here in the chat as well. Hi there to Jack. He is a Liverpool fan and he has mentioned how Inter Milan played. Inter played very well. Very mature performance from us. Just soaked up the pressure. Didn't want to go crazy and leave the space from behind. And I completely agree with that 100%. I think... especially coming in, they did keep their cool there, Liverpool, despite them being that 1-0 down. And Sanchez as well, he managed to get a red card because he made 2 silly fouls.
Yeah, basically, he should have got sent off for the first challenge as well. If you saw it as well, the first one was worse than the second one. But I thought the second one was very, very, very unlucky. I mean, it's just timing. His time was just off. These referees, especially in European football, they're just so picky what tackles you make and you cannot make. We're not talking about a land tackle here. We're talking about tackles that's very, very touchy, especially European competition. I've seen some worse than us before. That, I think, is very unlucky. And I think it's hardly done by Alexis. But again, that centre half just changed the whole complexion of the game. It really did. If Inter had 11 players on the pitch, he was playing well. And anything could have happened. But I thought, like I said, Inter did well. I thought Liverpool had the chances and go again.
Yeah, and Ravi thinks it's going to be an all-English final, which would be extremely interesting if that is going to be the case. I'm hoping, as much as I would love for it to be an English final, if it was, it would probably be City versus Liverpool. And I don't want either of them to win it as a Manchester United fan. I actually did predict Bayern Munich and Real Madrid final, though. What final have you predicted so far, John, from everyone who's gone through?
Which one? What have been the finals?
What Champions League final have you predicted?
I predicted, I said Liverpool, because I said Liverpool win the thing. I would say Liverpool, Bayern Munich. But looking at the draw, it could be a Liverpool-Bayern semi-final. So in my opinion now, that's going to be a close one to call. I can't pick a winner out of those two if they do meet. I'm going to go with Liverpool just because Liverpool knows what it's all about. And I do like Bayern Munich. It all depends on Lewandowski player, but they got some world-class player like Kimmich. You got world-class players. You got Alphonso Davies, the left back. Oh, my God, this guy's lit. Absolutely fantastic. You got some cracking players there. You got Grencha. I can't remember pronounce his name, but he's German international in the midfield. He's class. But I'll tell you something now, right? Liverpool and Bayern should be the final. But it's going to be the semi-finals if they both go through. On
the other end, be the semi-final, so one will get knocked out at least.
Exactly. But on the other one, Chelsea, Real Madrid, and the other one's going to be Man City and Atletico Madrid. I think both sides will be happy. I really do. There's nobody on. I think Chelsea will be delighted with that draw. Real Madrid, I mean, under Ancelotti, they had a fantastic season. Karim Benzema, top scorer La Liga, top assist, right? This guy, he's 33 years old. And I tell you what, he plays like a 23-year-old lad. I tell you what, United wanted him as well years ago before he opted to go to Real Madrid. And let's be honest, this guy's playing his best football career. And when you look at the Madrid team, Sergio Ramos is not there anymore, right? They need to sort that defense out. Militao is quality. And you got Alaba as well. The Austrians played for Bayern for years and years and years. Those two at the back, absolutely fantastic. Toni Kroos just gets better and better. You look at the midfield, Casemiro is quality, is so good up. And up front, you got Vinicius Jr. I tell you what, that guy's going to be absolutely a world beater. I think this guy's going to be European Player of the Year in 1 year. When it'll be, I don't know.
He's brilliant, isn't he? He's brilliant.
He's got a release clause of about $1 billion, something like that. And if you want to get this guy, you got to pay $1 billion for him. And like I said, Benzema, my God, this guy. I think Chelsea will be fine. I think this can go all the way. I think Chelsea will come through that one as well. And Man City against Atletico Madrid, they got to have plenty of possession of the ball. City, they will. I think Man City will be happy with that draw. I think City will go through over 2 legs. I really do, because they have lots of possession. Atletico Madrid, don't get us wrong, they're a good team, but they're a dark horse of football under Diego Simeone, right? But I think Jan Robrak, for me, is the best keeper, one of the best keeper in world football. He's going to have a busy, busy night. I think it's going to be something like Man City 2, Atletico Madrid 0, but it feels like it's going to be 7-0 to City. But it's going to be a good game.
It will be a good game. Some people are already predicting the finals here. Jack has predicted Liverpool versus Real Madrid final. He wants revenge for the Kiev game, and last year our defeat when we had no centre-back, which is fair enough. Andrew has gone for a Chelsea-Bayern final, which will be a very good final as well. Niall has gone for a Liverpool City final. Ashley's gone for a Madrid and Bayern final. What a question here. Hussam, how could you ask me this question? It would absolutely break me if you won the quadruple. And you know what? There's a possibility you could get the quadruple. And if you do get the quadruple, it's deserved, because I actually think as Liverpool, you've been the better team this season. City, for me, just feels like they're still into gear 2. Normally, you see them in gear 3, gear 4, like every season, but this year they seem to they're not doing it for me, and I've already predicted Liverpool to win the Premier League last day of the season, and knowing that you've already got the Carabao Cup, there's a possibility you get the FA, but yeah, I won't like it if you win the quadruple, but if you win it, it'll be well deserved, let's just say. Let's go with the next game, which was Bayern Munich versus Salzburg. Bayern Munich doing what Bayern Munich does best, 7-1. They had high possession of 70%. They had 18 total attempts on goal. And and Lewandowski getting a hat-trick in 23 minutes. Sane scoring. Müller scoring. No words really to describe Lewandowski, or shall we say Lewandowski. But what did you think of it, John?
It's nice work for Bayern, to be honest with you, against a very determined and energetic Salzburg team, which you knew Bayern was going to whack the floor of them anyway, eventually, especially at home. But once Lewandowski got the first goal, once they scored, got a hat-trick, his game done, because he just said it there. Bayern does what Bayern does, scoring goals and being ruthless as well. They still got a fantastic team. All these people saying that Bayern is not the same side they have been before. Let's be real. Bayern Munich are a fantastic team. And I tell you what, they're years ahead of most teams in the Premier League. Let's be real. And it's just a joy to watch. It's been absolutely so exciting to watch. And Julian Nagelsmann, I tell you what, he's the best young manager in Europe. People are saying that Mikel Arteta's the best young manager in Europe. No, he's not. Julian Nagelsmann is the best young manager in Europe in my book. And I tell you what, the guy's only, 33, 34 years old, right? He's going to get better and better and better. And he'll be at Bayern Munich. He's going to be at Bayern Munich for about 15 years, this lad, I'm telling you. And the way he's going on, I just cannot see him moving to another club. I think he's there. He's a Bayern Munich fan. He used to manage Hoffenheim. He plays a 3-4-3. And he just plays open attacking free-flowing football like he did at Leipzig. And he's well loved there. I think he's going to be dynamic. But I've said before, whoever beats Bayern Munich wins Champions League for me, because they want that trophy back. I can tell you now, when they play PSG, Lewandowski didn't play. And he played, Bayern would have won that league, would have won it again.
I agree. I think Bayern Munich has such a good team, and there was a brilliant team before Nagelsmann came in, but Nagelsmann is a different type of manager for me, and I do genuinely believe that he can be one of the greatest managers if he does continue how he's doing. I know Manchester United was interested in him a couple of years ago as well, and he probably made the right call going to Bayern Munich just so he can get that experience, and knowing that you can win many, many trophies with this Bayern Munich team, he can build up his legacy somehow. Lewandowski in itself, for me, is probably one of the greatest strikers in the world right now. He's absolutely brilliant. And how he hasn't won Ballon d'Or, he's been robbed twice. He's been robbed twice.
Yeah, Sonny. Yeah, Sonny. And there's a tip for you as well. Which English club wanted Lewandowski before he went to Leverkusen?
We wanted him.
There's another one as well. We wanted him as well. It's on the purchase signing. And he decided to go to Leverkusen from Lech Poznan. Is it Lech Poznan? Yeah, Lech Poznan.
Who was it?
Blackburn Rovers.
Where?
Under Sam Allardyce. He dodged a bullet there. He absolutely dodged a bullet.
He did.
Because
we wanted him under Louis van Gaal.
He had the money. The money was there. And he didn't want to come. He was happy to Bayern Munich. And he's a legend there. And I tell you what, he's still going really well. Is he 33 now?
Yep. I'm sure he's around 33, 34 now, Lewandowski, if I'm correct. Lewandowski, he's 33, yeah.
Yeah, he is 33. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, he's just absolutely going brilliantly, isn't he? Fantastic. He looks after himself, by the way.
No, that would be a good sight to see.
The big hoofball under him as well. I tell you what, though, I think Bradley better under Chris Wood, to be fair. Let's be real. But that's for a different story. But hey ho. Different story.
Mm-hmm. Hey there to Doug and hello there to Gary. Thank you both for tuning in. Yes. Bayern Munich, they have got Villarreal next as well in the Champions League. We'll touch on a little bit later on about Villarreal, but I think that's going to be a very good tie, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, Villarreal, you can't write them off now. They're in this competition for a reason. When United play Villarreal, everyone say they're going to beat Villarreal. Everyone's going to beat them. They're going to find a way of beating them. It just didn't happen because Villarreal played really well. They got some cracking players in that team. They really have. And remember Capuy? He used to play for Watford. Capuy, Watford. I think he played did he play for? No, he played for Cardiff as well. And you got Serge Aurier as well. He's there.
Mm-hmm.
He used to play for Spurs. And guess who manager there? Unai.
Exactly. Unai is a brilliant manager. So underrated as well, isn't he?
He is. We could have got him.
Yeah. I think that I think Arsenal's made a bad decision getting rid of him, to be fairly honest. I would have kept Lewandowski. Ashley has said Liverpool, City, Bayern, Chelsea, Real Madrid are all the favourites to win the Champions League, which they are. So knowing that all of them are the favourites and they're all doing well, a couple of them are going to be in a bad position. Rather has got a question here. Are Lewandowski and Salah the two best players in the world right now? And for me, I would have to say yes, they are two of the best players in the world right now, if you agree, John.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, Mo Salah, I'm not going to say the other name as well. If you for United fans as well, I'm not going to say it on here. But listen, end of the day, Mo Salah or Robert should have won the Ballon d'Or. One of those two should have won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, but unfortunately, I think for me, the Ballon d'Or used to be exciting. It's not exciting now.
I think it's rigged. They're just letting the players who's got a name win. Because we haven't, the only play, like since 2008, the only player who hasn't won it, who's not Ronaldo and Messi, is Modric.
Yeah, Modric deserved to win it as well. I mean, this guy's he's been fantastic over the years. I mean, Spurs sold him for something like 28 million quid. That is so damn cheap. Here's a story for you, Maisy, right? Back in 2008, when Kevin Keegan used to be manager in Newcastle, the deal was agreed between Croatia Zagreb, and Newcastle, right? 15 million quid, right? Kevin Keegan, right, wanted this guy. Medicals settled already. Tony Jimenez told Kevin Keegan, and if any Newcastle fans are listening, tell us I'm wrong or right, comes in, told Keegan and said, look, Luka Modric is a decent player. He's decent, but we don't think he's suited for the Premier League, right? Tottenham goes and get him. 3 years at Spurs, rest is history. And it's at Real Madrid.
Wow.
Kevin
That's crazy.
Keegan was absolutely furious.
I can imagine he was.
Mm.
Niall has a question here about the dark horses. The two dark horses who are obvious are Benfica and Villarreal, but I just don't think they're going to get further than what they have done. I think they've done brilliant, but I don't think they're going to get any further. What do you think, John?
They've been a credit, both been a credit to the Champions League. I mean, the reason Benfica got there, because Darwin Núñez has been outstanding. This guy scored 25 goals this season for his club. He's a fantastic find. Signed up by from second division, Spanish second division, Almeria for something like a couple million quid.
Mm-hmm.
And tell a lie, is it 20 million quid? No, it cost him something like 20 million quid, which is Portuguese record, 20 million euros. Yeah, Almeria, that's the club it is. And let's be real, he's been outstanding. 25 goals this season. He's the new Edinson Cavani, right? Same height, 6'2", and he's got left foot, right foot, good ahead. He's quick. Newcastle want him as well, which I'll go do the transfer update later on at 4:00 and talk about him. And this guy is absolutely brilliant. As for Villarreal, I think Pau Torres at the back is absolutely fantastic. And they got some good players there. They really got Moreno, good player as well. And they have been a credit for the Champions League. And Villarreal under Emery has done fantastic. Not been the best of season in the La Liga, I can't lie, but in Champions League, they can do no wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Jack said that Arsenal's finished 1-0 against Aston Villa, so that is bad for United. Hello there to Gaz as well. Thank you for tuning in. He thinks top four's gone. Still not mathematically, but I don't think we're good enough for the top four as it stands. Before we move on to PSG Villarreal, Jack has got a brilliant question here. Which one player would you take from the last 8 teams in the Champions League for Newcastle and United? And I'll go with you first, John.
Well, if it's going to be realistic, we definitely need a striker. And I'll take 2. We take one player from each of the last 8. Okay. I'm going to go with, let's start with Chelsea. I would go with, it's a hard one. They've got some cracking players, haven't they? I would go, at the minute, I'd go either Thiago Silva, because I think that guy's been fantastic. And I would go with a lad. I know he should have got sent off on Lukaku.
Yeah.
And that's from Chelsea. For Man City, I'd take Diaz at the back. I think he's absolutely fantastic. And Kevin De Bruyne all day long. For Atletico Madrid, I tell you what, I like that Jimenez at the back, I think, and All Black. So All Black and Jimenez at the back. So he's fantastic in the back. It's a long one, isn't it? Liverpool, Mo Salah, and Virgil van Dijk. I'll go Villarreal. I'll go with Pau Torres, and I would go with got some tough ones then, aren't we? Moreno, because I think he's quick up front. Bayern Munich, Lewandowski, and Alphonso Davies. I mean, Goretzka would have been very, very close. Benfica, definitely want. There's no question about Darwin Núñez to be one. And I would go with, who's the other one that about to think of the other Benfica? I'd just take Núñez for now.
Yeah.
And their goalkeeper, that Greek keeper as well, I think he's excellent when he does play. And for Madrid, Benzema and Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, they're the ones who Andrew would take a brilliant players there for what Andrew has mentioned too. Hard one for myself. So Chelsea, I would take Rudiger because we need a centre back to go alongside Varane. Manchester City, I will probably take Cancelo because I think he's probably one of the best fullbacks. Liverpool, I would take Jota. But Mo Salah would be a close one there for me as well. But I'm looking more based off age. Real Madrid, I'd take Benzema because I think that he is one of the most underrated strikers in the world right now. Benfica, I'd take Nunez. Real Madrid, I would take. Oh, I've already said Real Madrid. Bayern Munich, I would take Davies just because we need a right back as well.
He's left back.
Oh, left back. Sorry, we need a left back. Sorry, get me mixed up. Yeah, left back there. Sorry. Villarreal, I would probably take Pau Torres. Who's the third? I'm trying to think of the last one who we're missing out now. There's one more we're missing.
Pau Torres at the back. You got. I wouldn't pick Sergio here. I wouldn't pick him at all. No way.
I'm trying to think what ones have I'm trying to think who've missed out now. Oh, Atletico Madrid.
Atletico Madrid.
Very convenient. I missed out Atletico Madrid, isn't it?
He did. Did also good players say now. Did said All Black, did All Black, and who else did I said? I said him and this at the back as well. But I also take Felix as well. I love Felix. He is so exciting.
Felix is brilliant, isn't it? He is brilliant. And they're the ones who Ashley would take as well. Kante, Van Dijk, Cruz, Benzema, Thiago Silva, Cancelo, Salah. There's some very good options there as well. A lot of the teams do have amazing talent. So, should we go now with the next game, which is Real Madrid versus PSG? Real Madrid managed to win 3-1, so the Ags were 3-2. Benzema getting a hat-trick. Mbappe scoring on the 39th minute. Real Madrid came in as a counter-attacking team, though, with 47% possession. They did make more chances than Real Madrid. But I must say, though, what really did help Real Madrid was their goalkeeper, Courtois, and the back four. I think Ancelotti, for me, really does look like he wants something to prove because he's won the league everywhere, apart from La Liga. And I think knowing that he knows he's not going to be a permanent long-term manager there at Real Madrid, he wants to prove that he's still got it, because I still consider Ancelotti as one of the greatest managers of all time. He's won 3 Champions Leagues at the same club. He's won many, many leagues. But I think knowing that, I think a lot of people start to discredit him after he's been to Everton. So I think, and Napoli there as well. So I think he'll want to go Real Madrid, try and get to the Champions League trophy. And I also think that he'll want to win La Liga, because that's basically something missing there at the moment. But what did you think of the game in itself, John?
I thought it's a cracking game. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, end-to-end stuff, plenty of chances as well. But PSG, excuse me, they had 2 offside goals, but they should have put the game out of sight without the 2 offside goals. They had chance after chance after chance. Mbappe is outstanding. The chance they did take, they just didn't take them, and they paid the ultimate price. But once Donnarumma, I'll be a massive fan of this guy, set the tone with a horrendous back pass. Trying to play out from the back. That was terrible,
wasn't it?
I did not expect that coming from Donnarumma, by the way. I did not. But I tell you something, right? I mean, that set the tone. That is why PSG out of the competition. And you could tell the players are so gutted after the match. Benzema was absolutely outstanding. 2 goals in 15 seconds as well. And I would have loved to have watched a long game for that. And I tell you something, in the end, Real Madrid deserved to win because they were clinical. But PSG, again, must be thinking themselves, what have we done here? Because that football club, right, is such a difficult club to manage. People saying Pochettino, saying that he's taking the blame as well. Also the players as well. Excuse me. One thing I'm going to say as well, Leonardo, the sporting director, has come out and said that they believe in the project that Pochettino's done, right? We all know he's going to go at the end of the season. But winning the French league, the Ligue 1, isn't enough. It's not enough. They want the big one. They want the Champions League.
That's the only thing what they're really missing, isn't it? The Champions League. And right now, for me, PSG are playing like 11 individuals, because you look at each player, they're worth so much money, and how they've got them on a free. Messi, Ramos, Donnarumma. You're getting all the best players from everywhere and putting it into one team. And it just feels like PSG can't handle that. They can't, and they're just playing like them 11 individuals. I don't think Mbappe's happy where he is because he was the star man before Messi came to PSG, and he probably don't like being the star, not being the star man neither. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You're right there. Absolutely right. I mean, in 11 individual players and not working players as a team, when Messi came in, they thought, right, you know what? We got Messi. We got him to win the Champions League, right? He has had a good season, even Messi. I can't lie. Do you know what I mean? Whether the pressure's got to him, no idea. But the fans booed Messi, right? And Mbappe as well. That's because they're doing the Champions League. And God, I mean, they must have been thinking, why? Why are we being booed? Blah, blah, blah. And I tell you what, that football club needs to be ripped up and start again in my eyes. I can't lie. They need a manager that's going to come in, right? A strong manager and galvanize this football club, right? And say, right, you know what? We're going to play as a team, not as individuals, right? I mean, they got good players, like I said, Messi, Neymar, right? Mbappe, be on sway in the summer anyway, be off to Madrid anyway. Marquinhos, right? Donnarumma, they got Simon, he plays in goal, yeah, even not a deep player. Sergio Ramos, he's been out injured for quite a long time. He's in and out because of injuries as well. Yeah, Verratti, I love Verratti. Yeah, he is class. But what's going on with PSG? I don't know why. There's got to be a cultural problem at that football club or an attitude problem as well. Yeah, I mean, Pochettino must be thinking, I don't want to be here. I want to win. No. And I think you come back to England in the summer. Where it's going to be, it could be United.
As long as it's not United, I don't mind where he goes. He could go anywhere, but I just don't want him to come to United. But if he does come to United, I'll back him. But I just don't want him to come to United. That's just the problem. Yeah. Hi there to Ankit from Almighty Blues. Hello there to Ashumman. And hello there as well to Kay Slater. Thank you for tuning in. Niall has said that PSG is a FIFA team. And I do agree. He is a FIFA team. It is a FIFA team. How it's not working, it's absolutely confusing. And Jack has said, one thing I look at Poch is if he came to United, wonder if he'd have the same issue with the player power, overrated manager for me. And I agree. There's egos at Man United just as there is at PSG. And if players are still, if players are going to stay, he's got Ronaldo, he's got Rashford, he's got Sancho. He's got Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba if he's extends his contract. That's 5 players alone with egos. If he can't handle these egos, how can he handle these egos? And then you look at it from this perspective that he went so many transfer windows after finishing second place, not strengthening the team. How could you not do that?
Yeah, I have to agree. It's coming out of one fire into another fire as well. And I'm sure Potter sorted it out anyway. He'll change that team if he did him, right? But he's got to, like I said earlier, he can only keep 6-7 players at the club. That is it, because the club is broken. Yeah, I mean, he could have the world's best manager at United. Yeah, the problem is, right? Are they going to fit into the style of player? Are they going to listen to that manager? Are they going to have a relationship with him as well? Do you know what I mean? There's a cultural problem at Old Trafford. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but I look at some games of your lot, right? I mean, Marcus Rashford won game when the ball came to him, right? He didn't look interested. He just stood there, looked at the ball. Wasn't in, that's against Watford, by the way. And that was absolutely shocking, yeah? I mean, a lot of people say they want him gone. He's not interested. He doesn't enjoy football anymore. I mean, I get a Newcastle fan saying, we'll take Rashford. I don't want him at United, Newcastle United. I do not want him there. And I'll tell you for why. Because his attitude is wrong. It's wrong, right? I only want players going to come here and put in the shift in every single week. That's why I go for Darwin Núñez every single time, alongside Victor Osimhen as well, one of the two.
Yeah, Niall's got a question if, of course, Ten Hag will deal with these problems about the player power, and you never really know what manager will deal with it until you actually get them. If you get what I mean, we know that Ten Hag is that kind of manager. What isn't one to be messed around with, but the egos at Ajax are the different egos at Manchester United. It goes from could be Ajax's egos, and this could be Manchester United's egos. I'm not saying he couldn't deal with it, but we just don't know until we get him. And I'm more than happy to give the risk on to Ten Hag, see on how Ten Hag goes. You look at Poch, people say, well, Poch has done it in the Premier League. What has he done in the Premier League? Realistically, what has he done?
He hasn't won any trophies. That is the thing. He's an early man. Yes, he took Spurs to the final Champions League. Did he win the trophy? Did he win the Champions League? No, he didn't. That is the thing. He's a good manager. He's a motivator, and he plays football the right way. But my opinion is of Poch, right? I think he wants to come back to Spurs. He's made it quite clear. If he's come back to the Premier League, he misses Spurs and he'll go back to Spurs. And that's the club he wants to go to, right? But back to Ten Hag, I think he'd be a fantastic manager if you get him, right? But he has to have his own way. He has to have a say, He must look at these players thinking, right, you know what? Who's been in the club for a long time? They've been in 4, 5, 6 years. They haven't improved. What is this match going to improve? Do you know what I mean? It's like me walking into Greg's, right? The people's been there for 7 years, right? Not been good enough. And I'm thinking, they've been there for 7 years. They're not following the procedure. Why am I working with them? I want my own people. Do you know what I mean? Who I can trust.
Yeah,
exactly. It's as simple as that. And this is the thing, right? I mean, these players get on lucrative contracts, right? Lucrative contracts, and they're not worth the money. Look at Rashford, 300k a week, I believe. What?
Yeah, 250k a week he's on at this moment in time, and he got given at a young age. And you look at that and think
Crazy.
That was a silly move from Manchester United to give. I think what they tried to do, give him high wages so no other player could afford him. But that shouldn't have been the case. You need to earn them wages at Manchester United.
Maisy, to pay someone 250k a week, right? You got to be winning Champions League, Premier Leagues on a regular basis, right? Cups as well. You've got to be Ballon d'Or winners to get that kind of money, right? I mean, Federico Chiesa, right, plays for Juve, right? He doesn't get 250k a week. Vlahovic doesn't get 250k a week, right? They haven't won Serie A. They have not won Serie A, right? Let's be real. I think I could be wrong here, but at the end of the day, it's the English players, right, and the agents are commanding the best, yeah? They think he's worth that money, this, that, and t'other, right? And I've got to set a lot of Man U fans in here as well. But some of those players are on lucrative contracts, big money, right, are not worth the money. Marcus Rashford, 250k, not worth the money, yeah? Harry Maguire, 200k a week. My God, no way. Is he better than Tom Howard is in Milan? Definitely not. No. Crazy, man. I think somewhere, who is offering those contracts, those stupid contracts, should be sacked. Right? Let's be real. They should be sacked because you're wasted somewhere like 100, 200, 300 million a season in a wage bill. That is way too much. And
apparently we changed our recruitment when we bought Wan-Bissaka and Maguire.
Well, that's shocking then. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, recruitment side is absolutely poor. Let's be real. Yeah. I mean, somebody's on so much money a week. It's just laughable. Yeah. Look at it was just on there. Say Declan Rice, right? He's worth 120 million. I don't think he's worth that. I really don't.
I don't either, to be honest.
What has he won? He hasn't won the Champions League. He hasn't won that as well. He hasn't won trophies. And Haki's worth 120. He's a good player, but he ain't worth 120 grand a week. I'm sorry, he's not. He is not. That's why you're going to find Newcastle going to Europe instead and buy players from abroad. Yeah. I still don't understand why we got Chris Wood for 25 million. I just don't get it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Before we move on to the next game, Niall asked, would you take Marino as a possible signing for Newcastle next season?
I think he works hard. He scores goals, but would he get enough goals for Newcastle? That is the thing. Would I take him? He would not be my first choice. However, I'd back him if it was him. But the two players I'd go for would be Nunes and Osimhen for Napoli. And I will be speaking about that later on the transfer update and my opinion on it as well.
Perfect. Everyone make sure to watch that. It's at 4 o'clock, I believe. So everyone make sure to go and check that out at 4.
Yeah.
We'll go on to the next game now. Manchester City versus Sporting. Man City won on Ags from the first game 5-0. But this game finished 0-0. Man City, of course, had more possession of the ball. They have 14 total attempted shots. So for me, even though, of course, Man City already secured that quarterfinals, I think Sporting done amazingly well. The fact that they was able to keep a clean sheet and keep a clean sheet at Etihad, because Etihad is another. I'm not saying like it's one of them grounds where it's like a Liverpool with the atmosphere and etc. But it's still a hard team to go to because we all know how well Manchester City play at home. So I think even that game in itself would have been very hard, and they could have got spanked basically, but they didn't. And the way that they was able to keep it well defensively structured, you've got to give Sporting credit for it.
I have to agree. I mean, Sporting Lisbon has won the Portuguese title for the first time in a long, long while. They broke the Porto Benfica monopoly, and they've done that. Gone to Champions League, qualifying then into the main draw, I think. And I think they did well. I mean, on the night, but they got absolutely thumped 5-0, like you said, away at home to Man City in Lisbon. And to get a draw up to Etihad, I think they had a good night. They really had a good night, but the damage was done in the first leg. But whether Man City had a bad night or they couldn't be bothered to step it up because they got important games coming up, I think, it's a job done for Man City, job accomplished in the first leg.
Yeah, exactly, and I could gladly say that game was an absolute snooze fest. It was probably the worst game of the Champions League in the round of 16, to be honest. It was very, very boring.
Yeah, and they can't even sell out the seats. They can't. They just don't get a whole stadium as well, don't they?
No.
Which is quite sad, really, for a big club like Man City can't fill out the seats. Even Pep come out and said, "Come out and support the team. Let's make this stadium full as well." I can guarantee you now, against Atletico, it'll be full. In semi-finals against Chelsea or Real Madrid, it'll be full. And it's ridiculous, absolutely crazy, man. You get more attendance than Man City in the Champions League anyway.
Exactly. Luke is in the chat. Hello there to Luca. Hope you're well. Yes, I know you be Aston Villa and you have got Tottenham a game in hand, so good luck for that one. Jack has said the money Shaw is on when he come in from Southampton for a young player has massively stopped his development. With the right coach, he could definitely find form he had at the Saints. I do agree with that, but I do also think that Luke Shaw has been here for 7-8 seasons. He's had one good season out of 7 or 8. Is that worth keeping? And I say no. Move him
Definitely
on.
not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Get rid. If I was a United fan, get rid. Because at the end of the day, you just said that one good season out of 8. Not good enough for a club like Man United. Definitely not. Get rid. And I like Luke Shaw, but at the end of the day, I think he should play for a club where it's going to be more suited, where he could get more games. I mean, Alex Telles is a better player than Luke Shaw. Let's be real.
I do like Alex Telles. He hasn't had a proper chance. He just hasn't had a proper chance because last season Luke Shaw was on such good form. And then when it came to this season, Ollie obviously always picked Luke Shaw. But it feels like Ralph is a bit 50-50 with his left backs with me. I think sometimes I think Luke Shaw's played a few more games than Telles. And I think if Luke Shaw didn't have COVID and he didn't have his injuries, then he probably wouldn't have been picked more than Telles.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, you said 50-50. I think Ralph should have made his mind up who to play the left back. And he should have played Telles. Alex Telles, for me, I think is a decent left back. Takes free kicks, good at corners, defends well. I think he needs some more game time for me. I mean, Luke Shaw, he gets injured nearly every single time. But he's in the England squad as well, right? And for me, I think Matt Targett should be checked out as well for the England left back. He's been outstanding. He's been outstanding for Newcastle, right? And why are Newcastle players not being picked? Crazy, man. But back to Luke Shaw. For me personally, if I was a new manager coming in, I'd look into Luke Shaw. I'm going to move those players on anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Hello there to Jordan. Thank you for tuning in. Talking about Manchester United, that is the next game, what we actually are coming to. Manchester United versus Atletico Madrid. We conceded in the first half. Manchester United had more possession of the ball. They had more total attempts, 12 to their 9. I don't know if you remember me if you remember me saying, but I said on our last show together that what Manchester United really need to do coming into this game is we can't allow Atletico to score in the first half. If we come in 0-0 at half time, that will be actually a good result considering how Atletico Madrid play. And then we get a goal early second half. That will allow Atletico to crumble and they'll make silly tackles. We'll get easy free kicks. Do you remember me saying that on the show at all?
I think you did, actually. I think you did.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Exactly. That is exactly what happened. They scored first half. They put a brat break on for the remaining of the game. A lot of people are blaming our loss on the ref. And yes, the ref was appalling. I will hold my hands up and say the ref is appalling. He was shocking. We should have had a lot more free kicks. One, people said the Atletico goal should have been ruled out because of the foul on Antti Elanga. The answer for that is no. The goal for me should have stood as it was. There wasn't enough contact there on Anthony Elanga to deem it ruled out, and the goal was not counted as offside for me on Rene. So I do think that it was a right call. Two, for me, we cannot blame the ref to say Manchester United would have won otherwise. Yeah, they should have had a few yellows, but we had plenty of chances in the first half. Two, what I recall, just off Elanga, so we couldn't finish them. Two, our marking on the counter-attack for Atletico was appalling. And three, our passing was appalling. All them three factors are not down to the ref. They're down to the Manchester United players. And I do think I do say with Ralph that the substitute options were poor substitute options. Paul Pogba coming on, he came on around the 70th minute and he was already tired. He was tired. So, and you look at things like that and think, well, what was the point in him coming on? Play Jesse Lingard. Marcus Rashford come on, he made one good pass. One good pass in the whole time he was there. I would have rather put Jesse Lingard on. I think Mata was actually pretty decent coming on, and I think we should have started with Matic. Because Matic, he is very well on the low blocks, and I think that could have helped us massively when Atletico was on the counter-attack, in my personal opinion. In terms of Mata, he actually played better in 5 minutes than Rashford did in the entire game. What does that really say?
It says a lot, doesn't it? It says a lot.
Yeah. What did you think about it all anyway? Because I think people who blame the ref is a poor excuse just because they'd want to hide away that Manchester United was appalling.
Yeah. Watch that game a bit in the first half. I mean, he just said there, when Phillips got opening goal, which was offside, that should have been said, okay, it's offside, cool. That should have been a flipping warning. And they didn't hear the warning, didn't they? They didn't hear that warning. It's exactly the same thing. And I got bun off the ball, right? The cross came in from the right, and it's exactly the same thing. And then this time, the guy headed at the far post, and De Gea had no chance. He just stood there. It was poor defending for United. And let's be real. But he had a couple of chances. I thought All Black was outstanding with an outstanding save from Varane. And other than that, it just didn't hurt enough. I just didn't think it hurt them enough. I thought Atletico, I thought the defending passed it well. I thought the United had the chances, and they just didn't take it. And I thought some of the subs could be questionable. I can't lie. Taking off Maguire, bringing on Mata, right? I have to go for it. But now you're out of the competition. Again, it's been a poor night. This is why some of these players are not good enough at this elite competition. They're not. And you need to change it up. But what you need, in my opinion, I think you need a striker. You need a striker badly. I'll be honest. And you need a world-class CDM. But
what does that really say, though, that our youngest striker is 34? Would you say that is poor recruitment from Manchester United? The fact that you look at the strikers we've had in the past, where they're hitting their prime. We get Robin van Persie, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Wayne Rooney. I know Wayne Rooney can play numerous of different positions, but you look at them kind of strikers that we have. Dwight York, Andy Cole, another one. Teddy Sheringham. We get all these players who are hitting their prime, and now we're getting them past the prime, who are on a free, and they're on scandalous wages because no one else wants to pay their wages.
Exactly. And then you're just a mug to doing it. I mean, Cavani's on what? 200 grand a week, 300 grand a week.
250k a week, the same as Anthony Martial.
Wow. Maybe Cavani's worth the money because he's done it, but where? Martial, 250k a week. What a joke. Honestly, man, what a joke. I tell you, his agent's done well there. That's all I can say. But like I said, that club there looks a mess. You need to root it out in the summer, whoever comes in, right? Then again, most managers don't want to come here because they're thinking, you know what? These players have got big egos on big contracts, etc. Again, it's gone back to the recruitment. They're getting too much money. It's just not good enough. It really isn't good enough. You need to change that team and start the whole thing again. Maguire, not good enough, yeah? Vinzaka, I'm not sure about him. I'm not really sure. I mean, Dalot, I'm not sure about him neither. The midfield, Matic is good, yeah? Pogba, he's on his way, yeah? It's just, Fred, it's getting better. I can't lie. But Rashford, you need to get rid of him because he's got 12 months left on his contract in the summer. Yeah. And if we do sign him, all on Newcastle, in my opinion, I think he'll do more work off the pitch, doing dinner sort of thing. He's been a great servant, doing all these dinners for school kids and etc. Big up to the Marcus, yeah. But send out that tweet, right, where he knows he's going to get absolutely slaughtered for it. That's wrong. Even Mark Goldbridge had a go as well.
Yeah. Jack mentioned about the young left back. I think he's called Mitchell from Crystal Palace. He played well against Man City, and these are the kind of players who Manchester United should be identifying.
I agree. Someone is young, eager, plays in the Premier League. But then again, Jack mentioned Mitchell. They bought Wan-Bissaka. Is it Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah, we bought Wan-Bissaka from Crystal Palace.
With Palace as well. And look what's happened to him now. Would Mitchell want to be in that situation again? If someone going to advise and say, look, and go to United, but he could have a problem with Aaron as well. So the bottom line is, what I can say, I think he's a damn good player, Mitchell. But I think he needs to stop at Palace another couple more seasons under the guidance of Vieira. Gain experience, learn under the great man. And then after that, the world's oyster for the two. I think he's fantastic. He really is. But if Target ain't going to sign first, goes for Aston Villa, I'll go for this guy, 100%.
Yeah. Hello there to Rene and hello there to Foxy, who is in the chat. Foxy is saying that he has a feeling both United and Newcastle won't lose this weekend. I think we play next weekend against Leicester. So who knows? Who knows? And Renee Iron said that she's in the Leicester in the quarterfinals of the Conference League, and they've got PSV, which is going to be a very, very interesting game. Here's a good point here from Jack. Almost like the United players have never seen Madrid play. Was so important, Man United needed to score first. Midfield players, apart from Fred, were too scared to take the ball forward. And Fred, for me, has been terrific. He's been a brilliant player, and he just gets scapegoated quite a lot in that Manchester United team. Makes one silly mistake, and he'd be the one they say it's him who cost the game.
Listen, I think Fred's been brilliant. Fred has been fantastic for the last 2 years. I can't lie. And his English is better. I watched him. His interview is fantastic and perfect English. And it just gets better and better. I really do. And they need to, it's like Joe Linton, yeah? Is he playing well because of the World Cup in Qatar? Could be.
Who knows? But I think he actually played well since the Crystal Palace game, actually, in December. I think that was when we actually seen the best of Fred since then.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, right, I mean, he does try. And I heard a lot of people saying that he's been brilliant. And if he carries on that form between now and the end of the season, then who knows? I think he'd be fine. But if I was a Red, I wouldn't also not be slating Fred. I think he's been one of the better players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go with the next game now, Ajax versus Benfica. And this is the one that actually surprised me the most. Ajax is out of the Champions League. Benfica scored 1-0. Nunes got the winning goal. So Benfica won 3-2 on Ajax. Ajax did have the better possession of 66%. They had 16 total attempts as well, compared to Benfica's 4. But Ajax just simply didn't take the chances. I've seen a couple of the chances, one with Haller, one with Timber there as well, and they just didn't take them at all. Benfica's was based off a corner goal, I believe, and their 4 total attempts, one of them they score. So fair play onto Benfica, and they have shown that they're quite the underdogs because they're not, at the moment, they aren't even the best team in the Portuguese league, but they're going further than the actual champions of the Portuguese league in the Champions League.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, listen, they got an interim manager there, I quite believe, and got a full-time manager, got an interim manager, and he's doing a good job. And look, you got to take those chances. You take a chance, who knows? And that's exactly what they've done. Nunes got the goal, and he's been linked to a lot of clubs, including us, by the way. And he's gotten into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Well done to Benfica. But they're trying to get Marco Silva as their next manager from Fulham.
Yes. Here's a good question here from Foxer. Rangers have a good route to make the final of the Europa League playing Brage. Do you think Gerrard regrets leaving this season for Villa? And I think, knowing at the moment, he probably would be regretting it. But I actually predicted Rangers to finish in the semi-finals because I think after that, they have got Leipzig or Atalanta to play. And I don't think they'll get further than that.
No, I'm afraid not. I mean, let's be real. I just think Rangers, not my favourite team because I'm Celtic.
Of course.
Listen, fair play to them. Fair play to them. I mean, they're doing a good job in Europe. I can't lie, but they got like Foxy said, they got an easy passage as well. They could be Braga. That's going to be a very, very tough game. Braga will be up for that game as well. That's going to be real tough. Braga are a good team. And I'm going to go all the way. It'd be very, very, very interesting. But we'll have to see. But Braga will make it very, very difficult for them. And I just think this is where Rangers' adventure in Europe is going to end, I'm afraid.
Let's go with the Wednesday's games now, which first one, Juventus versus Villarreal. A very, very good game. Villarreal won on Ags 4-1. Mourinho, Paul Torres, and Danjuma all scored. 2 of them were from a penalty. Paul Torres was from a corner. And Villarreal was a counter-attacking team. They only had 8 total attempts compared to Juventus' 15 attempts. But this game, I think, just as the Man City game, it was quite a snooze fest right until the last 20 minutes when Villarreal took the tempo on. And it was something what nobody was expecting. And I do genuinely believe that Villarreal was absolutely brilliant. So, Unai Emery, absolute underrated manager. What he's doing at Villarreal is wonders. He's won them the Europa League, and now he has got them to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. The last time they actually was in the knockout stages of the Champions League was back in the 2008 season. So it was a very long time ago that there was in knockout football Villarreal, and knowing that they are in knockout European football, knocking out a giant of Juventus is a brilliant achievement for a Villarreal team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always going to be difficult to go to Turin and try and get a result or even try and get a win. But what they've done, I mean, they've gone there, done a job on Juve, right? Who's their season's getting better, I can't lie. But in many a way, I think a lot of fans are saying glad Juve's gone out of this competition and try and win the Scudetto, which it can do if they put on a run together, which is real doable. But yeah, I mean, Juve can't have any complaints there. I mean, they lost by 3-0. It's not a good night for them at all whatsoever. And we got to Villarreal, and Unai Emery again, he's a master tactician when it comes to this kind of competitions.
He really, really is. Renee would say she wanted Praha in the quarterfinals and not PSV. Good luck though to PSV in the Europa Conference League with you, because I know it is going to be a tough game. Foxy's made a good point about Rangers, saying many would say Rangers had 0 chance against Dortmund. So if they eliminated them, they can eliminate an injury-hit Atalanta and an inconsistent Leipzig team. It's just all about how you play over the 2 legs, and we all know that Rangers can put on a good performance when they do need to put on a good performance. But I just feel like, compared to all the other teams as well, Leipzig are not playing as many games because of with the Russian team being knocked out. So that meant that allowed Leipzig to recharge the batteries more than the Rangers team to get further on. But I just have a feeling that, especially now, Leipzig are going to want to get to a final. I think they will want this more than anything. So I really couldn't write off Leipzig for me.
No, definitely not, because German teams are tough teams. They're very competitive. They're very serious in what they do. And Leipzig are there for a reason. I think Leipzig are a good team. They should be in the Champions League because they are a damn good team. But since Nagelsmann moved on to Bayern Munich, I mean, they had just a certain Jesse Marsch now at Leeds. He didn't last there at all, did he? But at the end of the day, he's what can I say? I mean, they're doing well in Germany as well. They pick it up together and really good in Europe. I think they can get to the final. Yeah. But it would be great to see if Atalanta get there, though. Would you be?
I predicted Leipzig and West Ham final. I think with West Ham beating Seville, who has got the most Europa League cups, you've knocked out the king of Europa League. If you could do that to a Seville team, they can go all the way with. They've got who they got now. They've got Lyon. I think that's going to be winnable for Leipzig for West Ham, and then after that they have got Frankfurt or Barcelona.
Yes, and I was just going to say that Barcelona have a lot to say about that because they want to win this competition as well. I mean, Xavi is doing a fantastic job since he came back. Slow start, but they are doing a fantastic job. And I think Barcelona's definitely going to go all the way. I just cannot see West Ham getting in the final, all because of Barcelona. But Barca will want it. They got some players there, Torres, Aubameyang. They're going to get Kessie in the summer. They've got some good players there. They really have. But since they got their financial sorted out, cool. But it's going to be a close one. This is the Europa League. It's a cracking league. And all these English clubs, I'm going to say, all these English clubs come up and say Europa League, it's a distraction. No, it's not, because I want to be there as well. Europa League is a title to win. And that takes you to the Champions League. Yeah. So respect the tournament, respect the competition, and go for it. Don't play your weakened teams in Europa League. Play your strongest team. And don't cheat the fans either.
I agree completely. And Fossi has made a bold prediction that he wouldn't be surprised seeing Frankfurt eliminate Barcelona, which will be very interesting. Let's go with this final game. Before that, Kessie is actually going to Barcelona. I believe that they are nearly enough signing, which I really was angry about. But the last game, Lille versus Chelsea, Lille lost 2-1 against Chelsea. They did have a penalty in the first half. Lille did have least possession, and they had the same amount of total attempts as Chelsea. I think for me in the first half, Chelsea wasn't at their game. What really helped them was it was the substitutes, because I know Thomas Tuchel made a couple of substitutes at half time. One of them being Mason Mount, and I think that made the whole difference, and that is what won the game for Chelsea, in my opinion. The penalty for Lille was correct. Blatant handball from Jorginho, accidentally or not, that should have been a penalty. But the goal from Pulisic was brilliant. And Azpilicueta's goal was brilliant there as well. So I think it was a good game from Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that when Chelsea went behind on the night, I thought, wow, this is going to be very, very interesting. And I knew, like you said, they made the subs and they made a difference. But it's a difficult place to go to, Lille. They got some good players there. They got a certain Sven Bottom there as well. And you just got Jonathan David as well. But at the end of the day, I still think Chelsea have too much for them anyway, and it's been proved in the end. But I think the right team won, in my opinion. But Lille gave it a right go, but Chelsea were far too strong on the day. But just look at Foxy's comment. Jonathan David can't score a goal, John. Make sure you mention that to Ryan every time.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah, so that's all the Champions League games all wrapped up. And we'll wrap it up here for now. Thank you so much, John, for coming on. It's been absolutely brilliant having you on again.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. You know me, and always there for you. Always got time for you. And like I said, you're just so exciting to be a podcaster, and I'm just a part of it as well. And no, thank you so much for having us on, and it's just been an honour again. And that is why we love people like you.
You know, I always love having you on. I love always doing a show with you. It's always a brilliant game to brilliant show to have you on. Santiago, thank you for tuning in as well. I hope you're well. Yeah, Vincent, good show. Hard to watch since we was knocked out and robbed, but great show. Thank you, Vincent, very much. John, would you like to shout your socials?
Yeah, of course you can. I've got my socials. I've got Instagram, which is John Sinclair 50. On Facebook, it's John Sinclair TV or John Sinclair. On my Twitter, it's John_NUFC 42. Always on there. I've got 14,000 Twitter followers as well. I'd love to get half of that on the subscribe list as well. And on my YouTube, it's John Sinclair TV. Just there. And I got one this afternoon. I'm going on around 4 o'clock. I'm going to do the transfer update, talking about Vitor Schumann and Darwin Núñez, plus chuck other things as well. Sunday, I'm going to do like a special one, I think, of Alain Saint-Maximin getting a lot of stick. So I'm going to do that as well, which will be interesting, which I'm going to enjoy doing. Monday, I think I'm on the Horseman's show. Tuesday, I'm with you for the John and Maisy show on Tuesday. Wednesday, the Big Tune debate. There's no press conferences on Thursday. I haven't got a game, but hey ho. And I think it'd be fantastic. So I've got plenty going on.
Yes, you do have a lot going on, and John's YouTube channel is in the description below. So if you haven't already, go and check John's channel out. Give him a subscribe. Absolute brilliant YouTuber. And whilst you're here, smash the like button and also hit the subscribe button if you're new. I'll be next live on Monday. I've got a quiz with Brad, who is a Newcastle fan. He will be taking my Premier League quiz at 8:30. I'll have a Manchester United women preview on Wednesday. And on Thursday, I have Dan, who will be taking the Premier League quiz as well. I will be closing the Premier League quiz on the 31st of March. Just then, I'll be able to get a new quiz sorted at the end of the season. So go and check that out. And if you haven't already joined the Premier League quiz and you do want to join the leaderboard, go and do so. Give me a message. My Twitter handle is in the description below as well. So if you want to go on to the Premier League quiz in the next 2 weeks, give me a message and we will get something arranged. But we will all see you on Monday. It's a goodbye for now.